Fun Run. That's right, KSJE's Zero Mile Fun Run is back, and it's better than ever. Join us at 10:30 Saturday morning, May 21st at San Juan College Learning Commons Plaza. Get your t-shirt now for $15 and support KSJE. Find out more at ksje.com/funrun. Joining me this morning to talk a little bit about her upcoming concert here in Farmington at San Juan College. Singer-songwriter Sara Morgan is joining me this morning. Good morning, Sara. Good to see you.
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going well. Thank you for joining me this morning. We're really excited about you performing here at San Juan College. Your concert is coming up, of course. You want to let folks know Friday, May 27th, 7 p.m. here at the Connie Gotch Theater. Tickets are $15 and $12 for students and seniors. And so talk to me a little bit about your music. We have a couple samples to share as well, but you're a singer and a songwriter, and so a lot of this stuff are songs that you have written yourself, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, all of it's mine. I started writing songs for fun about 10 years ago, and it just became a thing. And you know, now I'm trying to keep the ball rolling on it being an intentional thing. But yeah, I'm from Arkansas originally, and I love country music, so that's what I'm coming out to do.
There you go. Very good. And you mentioned you're from Arkansas, so would this be your first visit to New Mexico, or have you been here before?
No, I have not been to New Mexico before. I'm really excited. I've been to New Mexico on trips, but not to play. And I love it out there, so I'm really excited to come out and play.
Very, very good. Well, talk to us a little bit about your music. Where do you find your inspiration to write these songs?
Oh, everywhere. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, it's usually God or my husband. The world around me is just, I think it's a beautiful place, and I just find inspiration everywhere. Specifically, though, I learned a few years ago if I would shut my own mouth and listen to other people talk, I'd probably have infinite ideas, and that is proven to be true. So nobody's off limits. Anything you say, I may steal and turn into some kind of a hook.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. And that seems like some good advice that a lot of us could probably use too, just to stop talking and listen.
Stop talking. That's me for sure.
Right. Well, very good. Well, you have your latest single, I believe, is called "You Ain't There," correct?
Yeah, that was a spur of the moment thing that kind of, I didn't put it out to be a single, but people have seemed to really enjoy it. So.
Okay. Well, let's give a little listen to it. We have a little sample, right? And so let me play a little bit of that, and stand by for me, if you will, for just a moment as we give a listen to Sara Morgan and "You Ain't There" on KSJE. The music of Sara Morgan, who is coming to San Juan College Friday, May 27th, with a performance at the Connie Gotch Theater here on the San Juan College campus. Sara Morgan is joining me this morning to talk more about her music and her concert tour. And are you just getting back out on the road, Sara Morgan, from the last 2 years or so, or have you been getting out and about a little bit?
I mean, we're pretty much heading back out now. I've been out off and on the whole time. I tried to play as much as I could, and if anybody would have me, and I did play a bit, but yeah, this is our first time just hitting the road and getting back out, so I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait.
Right, very, very good. And so that as we just played is kind of your latest song, right? That has kind of been taking off a little bit and getting a lot of requests.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And you seem surprised.
Well, I'm surprised. I lost my granddad, and so that's what that's about. Got
it. And people are responding to it.
Yeah, they are.
It must be hitting a note with a lot of people. So
yeah. I was shocked by that. There's so many specifics about the place that I grew up in that song, and I was shocked at the response. And I was like, how do you relate to all these really specific things? But it was the overarching message of realizing that there's hope.
Right. Well, and I think looking back on the last 2 years, we've had a lot of loss in our friends and families and communities, and so I bet that may be part of it too, although that's just me thinking out loud, but what do I know? I'm a radio guy. But it is a special song.
You know songs, you know music, you got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. And then talk about some of your other music, though. I know there's some more upbeat pieces that you've done, of course, and I imagine your concert will be a mix of a lot of different styles and songs that you're bringing with you, correct?
Oh, yeah. I put out a song a few years ago called Church in a Bar that's still kind of making the rounds. I go to church in a bar every Wednesday night, and I have for, 6 or 7 years now. And one night, the guy running it is also one of my guitar players. He goes by Pastor Carl, and he thanked him for coming to church in a bar. And I said, I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna go write a song about it. And it took me 5 minutes. I wrote it, sent it to my producer in Nashville, and he said, you should know that by Monday because we're gonna cut it. So yeah, I'll be bringing that and bringing the new record that came out with that song on it, and there's plenty of upbeat stuff.
Very good. Well, that's a good thing to know. Another song I noticed too is the song you wrote or performed "Never Been to Nashville," and that's another one that's on one of your more recent albums, I think, right?
Yeah, 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I want to play a little sample of that one too for our audiences this morning, and then we'll talk more about the concert. So here's another sample of Sara Morgan this morning on KSJE.
I got a mama plays piano, grandma plays the organ. I got a daddy who can sing, and somehow they gave it all to me. Well, I know they didn't plan what that would mean, but they ended up with a little girl who had a big dream. Well, I've never been to Nashville, and I'll probably never go. That don't mean I can't be on the radio. They say it's a dreamer's place, living out of a guitar case, but I couldn't get there in my sleep. How does a farm girl from Arkansas get to Tennessee? Well, I've never been to Nashville,
more music from Sara Morgan, who is coming to San Juan College in concert on Friday, May 27th. That is her piece of music called Never Been to Nashville. Sara Morgan is joining me this morning to talk a little bit about her show. And you've been writing songs, I think, since you were 10 years old. Is that what I recall reading about?
Oh, man. I've been writing songs probably since I was about 12, but
Okay.
I thought, there's no real future in that. And so I took all of the journals I had and I tossed them. I wish I could see them. I wish I knew what they said. But I picked it back up again when I was, I don't know, in college. And I had a good time with it. And I sent the first song that I ever wrote and recorded a demo of to my buddy Jason North, who I'm actually bringing with me to the show. It's going to be great. Have a great time with him. But he wrote me back and he said, well, when are we going to record it? Instead of telling me, keep your day job, which is what he should have said. But yeah, I've been writing for quite a while.
Well, that's encouraging, right? To find someone like that to help you and encourage
Yes.
you, and maybe not listen when you say you shouldn't be doing this.
Yes, it's so encouraging, and for such a long time, the reason that I continued writing songs and playing shows and making music was because no one ever looked at me and said, you shouldn't be doing that. Everyone was like, oh, you can do that if you want to. I was like, well, that's what I'll do then.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that kind of encouragement, it does create a bit of a delusion if you're not careful. But no, he's been so encouraging to me when it came to writing, and I owe him so much for encouraging me early, because a lot of people don't get encouraged like that. It's the contrary, usually.
Right. Well, and there are probably a lot of folks that are watching us, listening to us this morning that maybe are in a band or wanting to get into a band or want to write songs or perform more of their own songs. What would your advice be to them? Oh,
man, write. Get up and write. Treat it like a 9 to 5 that requires your attention 24/7. Always write songs, because that is where you have the ability to be original. Most music has been written, you know what I mean, in this particular format, but you have the ability to be original with lyrics, and that is a thing that will get you noticed, is original lyricism.
That I think will make a difference, don't you?
Yeah, it absolutely makes a difference. If you come up with a hook that you think is good, Google it first before you write it, and if you find it, just throw it away and write something else. That's usually what I do.
There you go. Very good advice. Very good advice. Well, Sara Morgan, I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much. You will be here Friday, May 27th, 7 p.m. in concert at the Connie Gotch Theater here at San Juan College. Again, tickets are $15 for adults, $12 for students and seniors. And we so look forward to your show. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Nice to visit with you. That's Sara Morgan,
You too.
singer-songwriter, coming to Farmington next week here on KSJE. Is proud to support Riverfest, Memorial Day weekend, May 27th, 28th, and 29th on the banks of the Animas River in Farmington. Enjoy all-day music, food, beer gardens, vendors, crafts and raft rides, the recycled art show, and the plein-air painters. Riverfest, a jolt-worthy event, proudly hosted by the River Reach Foundation, sponsored in part by the City of Farmington and the Farmington Convention and Visitors Bureau. Find out more at riverfestnewmexico.com. KSJE, Farmington.